Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You can give us a summary of the 90 minutes.
Evening to everyone. Obviously delighted with the scoreline and the result. It's never easy to come to this stadium and play such a talented and quality team, and to come away with a clean sheet and a win. I just felt that we started the game really well. We're a little bit unlucky with one or two transitions not to get an early goal. I think our tactical awareness and tactical discipline was really spot on this evening. I thought our tactics in terms of trying to deny them opportunity to control the game totally. We tried to be on the front foot and not allow them just to have time and space and utilize the quality that they have on the ball. So it was never going to be easy to do it for 90 minutes. Obviously, they're good enough that certain situations we pressed and they came out and we looked a little bit vulnerable. But, I cannot commend the team in terms of their attitude, their commitment this evening. I knew that we're going to have to suffer during periods of the game. The players knew it, I knew it, and those periods of suffering just, I think, unites us as a team and just shows the character that this team has. And we had to show that in periods of the game, especially the last 15-20 minutes, where Sage Stevens had to pull off some really big saves. So congratulations to him. But I think overall we created enough of our own opportunities. I would like to see the second penalty shot, whether how close it was or not. To go now away from home for the second leg with an advantage is a big plus for us. But we're very, very, very mindful that it's only half time and we're up against a really good team. So the job is not done whatsoever. Credit must be given to the players for their execution this evening.
We'll take questions from the floor. Please raise your hand. Remember to introduce yourself. Any questions? Doesn't seem so, Coach. Skip.
Coach, in the in the presser leading up to the game, you said this might just be the right time to play Sundowns and maybe even get a win. You did get that win. What did you see? What informed that session even before the game? And what have you found to be different about how Sundowns played today compared to how you've played them in the past?
Look, I think, as I said in my previous pressers, that there are obviously certain changes that have been brought, a little bit of the style, but there would also be similarities. I don't think a team like Sundowns, having had the success that they had last season and almost going unbeaten the whole season, that there were certain things that they've done really well, which I believe again they've done that in terms of their patterns and their build-up, but also obviously the shape a little bit different, a bit of a more 4-3-3 type of shape, a little bit more looking to play on the transition to try and maybe be better at transition and not slow down the build-up where teams are allowed to get back behind the ball, so they look dangerous on one or two of those situations. There are a little bit of differences, but also certain similarities. Again, when you play a team like them, it's also about the individual quality that they have. Although we had numbers behind the ball in the last 10-15, just clever movement, clever passes, created opportunities for them. So I think that's the main thing. I think obviously they a little bit of a work in progress, but you can definitely see signs that there will be once again a formidable team going forward.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Coach. Coach, I just want to ask about your young player, Jacob. Do you think he's a good replacement for Van Roy? And what can you say about his performance for the day?
Jurgens or?
Yes.
Yes. Carl is he's filled in many times in the past for Van Rooyen, and he's a real he's got good attitude. He's a fighter. He is no holds barred defender. He commits himself. He's good technically. He's good aerially. So he's in our squad as a midfielder, as a number 6 to compete with Sishle. So we are still in the process and market of getting a replacement for Van Rooyen. But for now, he is filling in and doing a magnificent job.
Coach, just a two-part question. Firstly, do you expect Sundowns to sort of start as they finished in the second league in Durban, and also just your thoughts on obviously bringing Ashley Cupido to the club after you lost the key, obviously through that fire clause.
Yeah. No, I do. It's difficult to predict. I think a player like Saleh showed, the little bit of minutes that he had, how good a player is. Obviously at sometimes you sort of blood new players in, especially foreign players, maybe they didn't start this evening, but I do think now that he had minutes, there's a strong possibility that he starts the game. I think Temba's always been their talisman. It's possible that he sort of gets a start, but I don't want to think too far ahead. I think just need to just savour the win today and then get back to Cape Town tomorrow and rest up and then start preparing and planning for different types of scenarios that they may throw at us. So I do anticipate there will be 1 or 2 changes, yes. And Ashley, obviously it was key for us to try and find a replacement for Reyners, and we felt that Ashley fitted the bill, a type of player that we believe will fit into our system really well. He's also shown that he can score goals, almost score the same amount of goals as Iki in the NFD, and then last season also, a good return of goals for a team that was struggling. So I believe he's a goal scorer, he's a presence, he's got pace, he's got a bit of power, knows how to score. So I think, you'll add depth and quality to our team. As you could see this evening, a bit tough to play Bradley throughout the match. Didn't really have any other options on the bench, but I'm trusting and believe that he'll be available for the second leg.
Any other questions? Shane.
Joseph from Sports. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
How much of you having won the trophy last season has actually, overspilled into this group of players that you have used in terms of paying reference from the Culling victory to this? Because the way they play like a solid squad that is actually continuing from where they left it. Just take us through that.
Yeah, look, I think what people may not totally fully grasp is that a lot of these players, they've won a league. You can almost say 2 leagues. Jaden Adams, Devon, Atontosi Mkaba, Liam de Kock, amongst others, were all part of the next gen, the team that won the Diski and then went to the UK and won the next gen. And now there's players like Major, Peely on the bench, Tylen Smith, who wasn't here. They also won the league and they also went and won the next gen. So, I've got a group of young players that know how to win. Winning leagues, winning tournaments overseas, and then obviously winning the Carling Cup, I think, taught us a lot of lessons. We're a little bit sort of desperate in terms of making semi-finals in the past, but not getting over the line into the final. We were able to do that with the Carling and win. So, we've learned a lot and grown a lot. And lastly is this, we learn a lot from a team like Sundowns. We watch them and we see what they do. They're the leaders in the market in terms of playing on the continent, and you can see tactical fouls. You can see how they sort of slow the game down, especially when you're progressing in attack. Those are things that I've told my team and players that we've got to learn quickly. Big game against Sundowns on Sunday. Trusting and hope we can get past that, and then we play another big giant on the African continent. So when you play against a team like Sundowns who are up there, it teaches you a lot of lessons. So these young players have learned how to win. They are winners. They don't know how to give up. And Jabbar, coming back from Israel, has shown maturity and has also grown as a player. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I believe we're having the success we're having.
We'll take the last 2 questions.
Coach Kamukolo from Soccer Laduma, congratulations on the win. I just wanted to ask, you guys had a few clear-cut chances, one would argue more than your opposition. Is there a feeling, knowing how much the away goal counts in a tournament like this, is there a feeling that the game kind of could have been put to bed or today?
Yeah, I think especially in the first half we had some real big chances, and then obviously second half. So, look, it's a tricky situation for our opponents. They've got to come out and they've got to get a result. So, hopefully there will be spaces for us to exploit and attack in the second leg. And it's key. It's going to be key for us in that second leg that the chances that we hopefully can create and get, that we have to take. Because if we don't, it's just not going to be possible to defend for 90 minutes. So we're going to have to be brave. We're going to have to continue to play. and take the game to them whenever it is possible. But yeah, I agree with you. You know, one or two situations we should have been a bit more clinical, and we may have come away with even a bigger lead. But you know, I'll take that. Be humble enough to accept that a 1-0 away win is a massive result for us. But a lot of work still to be done.